Hello, it's so good to be with you again. I'd like to take another opportunity to just talk about what Jesus said is our responsibility with the money that he's given to us. Why is that so important? Well, Jesus talked about more about money more than he did almost anything else. But the thing here is we're reading this passage, we realize that there are people that are in need. And that is very true of our valley right now. We gave out over 50 boxes last week alone, just providing for needy families. And so people brought their canned goods, their dry goods. They brought some money to help us purchase food for others that were around us. I want to tell us the story and talk about the one in Luke chapter 16 about a man named Lazarus. It says this: there was a rich man, and he habitually dressed in purple and fine linen, joyously living in splendor every day. And a poor man named Lazarus was laid at his gate, covered with sores, and longing to be fed with the crumbs which were falling from the rich man's table. Besides, even the dogs were coming and licking his sores. Now the poor man died and was carried away by the angels to Abraham's bosom, and the rich man also died and was buried. In Hades, he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and saw Abraham far away and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried out and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus so that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool off my tongue, for I am in agony in this flame. But Abraham said, Child, remember that during your life you received your good things, and likewise Lazarus bad things. But now he is being comforted here, and you are in agony. I want us to think for a moment there that God is giving us this story to understand that there was a Lazarus in a rich man's gate. And I can almost guarantee you that when you leave your house and go to the place that you typically go to, maybe it's your job at the grocery store or to a hiking trail, I can almost guarantee you there's a Lazarus somewhere along the way. There's someone there that's standing on the median in the road and that you see him almost every day. There's a house that you drive by and you see needy kids. The Lord is saying to us that there is a Lazarus in every man's life, in every woman's life. And here's the question: what will we do with the Lazarus who was lying at our gate? What will we do with that person, I believe, sometimes appointed by the Lord to challenge us in our generosity and in our compassion? The Lord says here that Lazarus was a man who was suffering very much. It reminds me of the man that I see on the way home, and he stands in the median. I see him almost every day. I've seen him sitting on the curb outside the grocery store, and as I've talked to him, I've realized that he has some challenges that a lot of people don't have. As I look at that man, I realize it's an opportunity for compassion, but do you know, there's been times where I've stopped by and I've thought this: well, $1 a day, 5 days a week, you multiply that by 52, I'm giving this man $260 a year. Well, there's something wrong in my calculation there. Not with my math, but it's wrong in my attitude. Because really the Lord says I can invest my treasures in heaven, where moth and rust does not corrupt and thieves do not break through nor steal. The Lord is helping me to understand when I alleviate the suffering of others, it releases a greater joy on the other side. There's a temporary happiness of consuming things in this life, but there's a great joy on the other side of alleviating the suffering of others. It's not just about helping our friends, but let's find that person that we know it's very hard for them to get through a day. I pray God would increase our hearts of compassion and of generosity, and that on the other side, we will see the great reward. God bless you. That's my prayer for all of us.